Hello there everyone and welcome back. I had a bit of a rough series of matches against Tau, mainly because I chose maybe to go with the Vanguards and Mark II Battlebarge for those series of matches because I really did want to get their levels in, get the additional upgrades, and especially complete my roster of level 8. As it stands now, I'm not going to get that right away with this Lost in Warp effect currently on there, but I have been thinking about maybe a few ideas to help contribute with these Vanguard's ability to at least harass, because they're not mainly a support ship, as we kind of found out, because their damage in a straight up fight is kind of pitiful there. What I've been wanting to do with them, which has been working well in some Imperial Navy matches, as pointed out with my recent one where I was outclassed and outgunned in like a, 250 point battle, where I want to try and get in aggressive and just harass and then disengage. It's the comfort of, basically be able to have the freedom to pull back relatively easily. And I could do the same with Tau. It's just all those fighters are a little bit problematic, but with Thunderhawks, with Stormhawks, I am able to shoot them down. I just don't have much of a disengage very safely because boosters do reveal me for secret missiles and those bombers. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out these revealing stations and get some emission dissipators to try and experiment on that front. It allows me to boost freely, which gives me even more aggressive posture potentially there in the middle of the map to start harassing some. And with the Stormhawks and the Thunderhawks able to engage fighters, well, the Stormhawks will automatically engage fighters at like 6,000 unit range, and if he ever detects me there and sends seeker missiles after me, then he's actually helping because my Stormhawks will go after the seeker missiles, and then it'll prompt his fighters to come after me. Maybe the bombers. I gotta be careful of that fact though. But I am gonna try and experiment with this a little bit to see how if it improves my game a little bit. As much as I would love the lower cooldown on the Thunderhawks, mainly because it times out so well with torpedoes that way, that I'm not going to get to use them as a reliable anti-fire defense, which is mainly what I want to use them for. It's only later game when point defenses start getting shot down, maybe he's disorganized, that the Thunderhawks start to bear their fruit in like an actual aggression match. But especially with the last episode, they felt kind of useless. A little bit of macro batteries, but there was potential in the very final minutes of the last match where I did have two Vanguards that I could just outrun and harass Stronghold all day, but at the same time it also emphasizes the problems I'm having. When I'm hitting, all he can really do with those bombers is just refresh the fighters, which then makes the fighters or my torpedoes really difficult to utilize. So there's still some experimentations, and I love the potential of the torpedoes. Maybe use them against Tau, which almost all the ships have fighters to defend against. That may not be the best idea, but this is a step to start experimenting a little bit. Alright. 600 point convoy against Calamar looks like. So, I know very little about his Chaos fleet. So, what can I gauge about his Eldar fleet? Because once in my tournament experience, and of course playing rank mode against Eldar, he likes to stand there and try and go for a kind of killing blow. But he plays kind of very passively. Is that fair to say? Until he's able to get said killing blow. So, is there a way? Well, really I need to make sure I don't get hit by stasis bombs, what it comes down to, because I'm assuming that when unless he's improved his play some, that's probably what his playstyle is. And it is 600 points, so I need kind of the mobility. This lines up nicely for the 600 points. I don't have very many beacons, is a bit of a problem. Hell, I would only have 2 beacons anyway, since my Mark 1 doesn't have any on it to begin with. So, there are some concerns with this fleet. I do have the beacons to kind of spot them for the first time, but unless I could bring his shields down relatively quickly with good macro cannons, maybe a couple torpedoes if I'm so lucky, I don't have any real way to stick the beacon on him. I have to be able to hit at like max range with all my macro cannons ideally. So this will be tricky. This will be very tricky there. It does beg the question if I should have extended sensors on some of these ships, but then what do I start replacing? only advanced cogitators I could probably afford. Maybe the additional forage shields, but that makes it easy for them to stick beacons on me too. So, there is a lot to consider. Because, like, Stormhawks may not be as useful for a Chaos matchup unless he's going like Stig, or at least with the Despoiler. It'll help in that regard some to mitigate a lot of that damage. Also, let me make sure my fleet's set up properly. Because, yeah, the one with the Stormhawks are in the middle. There we go. And at least that way they have a little more freedom to defend the rest of my fleet. So, we know this is a convoy mission. I can run those down and kill them incredibly quickly, even with boring torpedoes, even just ramming it. So, and I have the mobility to chase them down because of their slow speed. It's really, how do I combat chaos? How do I combat the chaos fleet, ideally? So he's all on the right. He does have what looks like, is that a Stig? Possibly it's this spoiler. So, let's try and get up. I hear torpedoes, so he has a Stig and then the spoiler. So, and he doesn't have emission dissipators either, so this will be different. He is getting super aggressive. I have ways to shoot at him, and he has beacons. Let's just try and deal with his generator some. Although my decoy torpedoes aren't going to do a whole lot. And he does have a siege. So start turning. Hopefully shoot down these torpedoes some. Stormhawks, you're failing me there, buddy. You're failing me. But I have beacons, I just gotta make sure they hit. Because this is gonna be short-lived. And his prows only face me, so that doesn't do much just yet. I just need to start hitting. I got amazing torpedo hits there. Let's turn these ships around. As much as I would love to assault run, I don't think it's gonna happen just yet. Yeah, and I want to detect these things quickly. He's about to get on my beacon. Come on, get moving. Get dodging. I ideally want to kill one of these shields, because he is now boosting the conveyors. Come on. Kill the shields. As much... Oh, bombers are hitting me too. That's a bit of a problem. So let's lock on with these. Get the second brace for impact ready. And get ready to deal with these dang conveyors really quick. Because I don't have as much time as I like to think I do. And he is getting super aggressive, so this kind of works in my favor, because I'm not seeing any siege or slash, so his siege cloud's working against him here some. And I didn't stick a beacon on him, so this is going to be problematic for a short bit. Do I have shield transfers? Okay, I got shield transfers to deal with that. I just need to detect this thing quickly for my second beacon. I would hate to not waste this thing. There, we got a beacon stuck. The conveyors are on the move, so now I have to get ready to disengage. I don't think I have much of a choice anymore. I have to kind of go for a ranged engagement. So get them moving, deal with these conveyors, deal with his main Acheron, because this is like his heavy hitter. And he did repair with this, so boring torpedoes could work well. Because yeah, these two can do a lot. Oh, he does have a Slanesh. It's only a single Slanesh, mind you, but... Do I have any more shield transfers? Nope. Now, let's get after these. Kill his Acheron. Hopefully continue to take the... Well, like I said before, his Acheron's gone. So there goes one of his big hitters. It exploded on me, unfortunately, so that doesn't bode well. Now, we need to kill 4 of these things. Which isn't going to happen very easily. Especially with me spread out. So, somehow, 2 strike cruisers have to deal with a Stig and a Despoiler, or Desolator. Which doesn't sound reassuring for me if you were to ask me. But I do have ramming potential. He has bombers kind of going in panic, so it's working well so far. And with the Acheron down, a lot of his firepower is heavily limited. And maybe if... I gotta keep chasing these things down. Let's not get careless. Let's not get distracted. It is still possible, especially with the one taking heavy hits. In fact, let's get this one to join in. Get this one out. Warp it out, ideally, because I think that... No, it was a max level, so it wasn't a huge threat, so... Maybe we're okay here. I was expecting to play more passive, which kind of works with the way Chaos functions, but surprisingly, he did not do that. And he did not even have emission dissipators, which, in all honesty, I was kind of considering doing for my own Chaos fleet. I just did not expect him to go so brazenly aggressive. That I do question. But, hey, it works in my favor just because of his lack of Slanesh, so... Now, is there anything I can really learn about that? Because the fact I did not lose a single ship, and since they're using Stigs to kind of replace the spoiler, I guess, because the Desolator is actually a faster battleship, so it's easier to keep formation that way. So what on earth can I take from that match that actually would be useful for Chaos, against Chaos as it were? Is there really anything I can learn with that aggressive playstyle? I honestly couldn't tell you. Maybe it was the double lock-ons, because with 2 strike cruisers way in the back, well, I don't know what I'm trying to say. All I know is Stig, Acheron, and Desolator should potentially be the same kind of firepower as like a Despoiler and 2 Acherons. I have to take a look at the ship specifically, but you do get the bonus of the additional speed on the Desolator for the purposes of keep in formation and not have a ship that slows you down. I really would love to look at that replay right now, that recording. Thankfully, I have a means to do that, but we have 2 more matches at least to do before I can have a look at that, because there is so much I need to look at and understand what went right there, because I didn't lose a single ship. Alright, so Aurelius, it seems like we have ourselves a mirror match, and this possibly could really suck for me because he's going to have an extra ship, or extra 2 frigates possibly for this, so it's hard to say how well this is going to go for me. It really depends on what he's equipped his Vanguards to be, because I could kind of deal with the boring torpedoes a little bit, although if I go with the... Well, actually, do I need to go with my favorite ships? I don't think Fear of Darkness is going to be very effective, because it is, after all, Space Marines. So they're going to be almost impossible to get a mutiny on. As much as I would love to get levels in on my Vanguards, they would be heavily outclassed here, I think, because I have more torpedoes available going this route. And the frigate's not going to contribute too much, so let's try it this way. At least I have the Chapter Master, which does give me a bit of an advantage here. At least a little bit. I can fire more torpedoes at range if I can remember my reload, but as I'm talking about now, that should help, since I am remembering my reload before the match even starts. So what's the layout looking like? Pretty decent for me. I got some fallback points. I can even use these asteroid belts to hide myself if I'm willing to invest in a brace for impact to ignore the damage maybe, or just take a small amount of damage before to rely on hiding myself. So I have a few fallback points if things do get ugly, and with them outnumbering me, there's a good chance they might. We'll see. I might as well just fire wide arcs though, because I don't think I'm going to hit very much with him not having to micromanage his many ships. And there we are. Reloads in effect. Fools, what is it, 30% reduction? Yep. 30% faster cooldown and boosters. Although, we're not really going to use our boosters here. And he does have 2, well, he has 3 Stormhawk squadrons, so I'm already a little bit outclassed, but on the plus side, his Vanguards don't have any, like, special abilities I should be aware of. It's more, if that's a strike cruiser, that is what I'm going to need to be mindful of. And also, I need to keep an eye on speed difference, because the Vanguards aren't going to catch up to strike cruiser, which I think is the one in the middle there. Yep. Let's make actual use of this dang reload, because it's not happening right now with me not turning into position. So, fire torpedoes, keep them at bay. Reload's already gone, unfortunately. Oh, it's because of the level 10 advanced cogitator linkage. Okay, that's... I was wondering why one reload was on, the other wasn't. It still remains to be seen if I want to keep that upgrade, but as valuable as it is for lock-on and brace for impact, I probably should. I probably should consider that upgrade. I'm just trying to think of... With like that matchup I had against Calamar, I wonder what upgrades I can do to try. Well, we'll worry about that in the recording, damn it. I'm trying to think too much on it. Let's focus on the battle at hand. Let's focus on this as I try and get used. Remember the fact that I don't have servitors on this dang level 8 ship yet. So that's going to make things a little bit awkward for firing torpedoes. Although staggering the torpedoes could be a bonus still. But it makes it easy for the Stormhawks to just shoot down my torpedoes too. So, I only have one beacon, so launching this is a bit all in. And he does have lances, so that's not too terrible. Not just yet. It's only as this fight drags on that's going to do some serious damage. And I do have shield transfers, that's only going to do 50 damage. Once so long as I'm out of the epicenter. So I can afford that. Let's focus on his prize ship here. Also, let's start shooting his prize ships, although I do have Stormhawks, so let's try and make use of this. Torpedoes on this thing. He's just leaving it sitting there, so that's going to go well. And let's try not to repair just yet for a weaponry that I don't care about just yet. Now, do I lock on? I probably do, because he's drawing a lot of firepower here. And this lock on is going to be amazingly valuable. Now I repair. I'm sorry, fella, you're probably going to lose that ship really quickly if you're going to continue on this route. We will see what happens. Because it's already half health. He is launching Thunderhawk, so gotta be mindful of that. And his prow is gone on the R1. He's trying to ram me. It's not happening, though. In fact, he's gonna be my new best friend. Because, damn it, I was hoping you'd continue to turn. Alright. Torpedoes did not do the damage they need to, which is a little unfortunate. But there goes his strike cruiser. Just a little more damage on the fire. And now we only have one Vanguard to deal with. Okay, that's all she wrote, I think. Now I just need a good torpedo hit. And to seal the deal. And there goes his prow. Ow. He is pretty much dead. This is why belt armor is so useful there. I may have got to some lucky critical hits because I never did bother to prioritize, mind you. But these things are just battering rams right now. He's ramming me thinking he'll kill me, but it's not actually going to be as useful as he thinks. And dang it, I was too close with the torpedoes. Ah, dang it, there is a little bit of karma in this exchange, and now I lost my prow. And it's not going to be available for another 70 seconds, so... Let's get this thing out. Oh, generators are also gone. I do still have broadside weaponry. Is he going to warp it out, though? Probably not. And is his engine also gone? His engine's also gone. That thing is completely limping. So, I'm sorry for you, buddy. I am terribly sorry for your fleet. I am waiting for you to warp out, though. Although, technically, if I really wanted to, I could have just warped out for him. He'd be weirded out by the effect, though. I tried warping out for my opponents before, and they just get really confused. But, if he doesn't want to warp out, there's not much I can do about it. Not a lot at all. It is a little bit of a mismatch there if he's going to play the aggressive route, because those Vanguards are a little restricted. I can't remember what his weaponry was, though. Did he have the bombardment cannons? Was it torpedoes? I honestly can't remember. I know the strike cruiser had a lance. That's all I know. And it was short-lived, unfortunately, especially when I got to his side there. He kind of has to be chasing me and I'm running away if he wants to get full value out of that thing. at least get the ideal situation for a lance. A little bit, because standing there doesn't seem like a very potent strategy, I imagine. Especially when bombardment cans with lock-on are hitting you, I would argue. Although, I still would like to get the experience in for my Vanguard, so as one-sided as that was, maybe I could have challenged myself a little bit. It would have been fun to see what the Battlebarge Mark II could have done in that exchange, but I was 10 points short. Was it 10 points short of that? And I don't think it would have survived with the lack of bombardment cans. In all honesty, it wouldn't have had the critical hit chance to reliably kill those components for me, even if I were to lock on. It would have decent critical hit chance, mind you, on all this stuff, but it still would have been nowhere near what the bombardment cans just did for me there with the strike cruisers. Alright, so we have an Imperial Navy fleet, and this could be fun. I am really tempted to go back with the Lance variants and Vanguards, and maybe this would be a good litmus test for the emission dissipator, because I don't have to worry about the fighter so much. The torpedoes can be really damn effective if I'm firing at his broadside, or his sides anyway. And I know for a fact I can win this kind of matchup with my Vanguards if I'm good about dodging Novacans, assuming he's even fielding Novacans. Big caveat is I did not consider the fact this was 600 points, but this would definitely be interesting. I like this prospect and I really do want to get my levels in. The only problem is this would require the planetary defense kind of encourages more of a fortified setup, much more brute force a little bit. So the bombardment cans probably would have been more effective, but I like this composition against Imperial Navy in general. It's just the Nova cans that are in question that can really ruin me, which does make me wish a little bit I had extra shields on the Vanguards, but I only got 5 upgrade slots available when these things get their level 10 upgrades, so I'm not really have that luxury very much, do I now? But they will allow me to boost on forward. They all have the emission dissipators, so I should not have to be concerned too much about that. They can get in a prime position, start harassing, disorganizing them, which is kind of what I want them to do. Well, the Battlebarge hopefully can start chipping them at range with at least its 15,000 range lances. If not that, then I'll just soften them up with nice torpedoes. The one thing I was considering that I didn't bother to do, I'm kind of regretting, is switching out one of these Stormhawks on maybe the Master of Sanctity for an auger probe or recon probe. That probably would help a little bit there, but it's not as necessary for dumbfire torpedoes. So 3 ships, this looks pretty straightforward. This looks pretty simple. So he's got an Emperor. I'm kind of okay with that. It's going to be a little bit awkward, considering he could just teleport right onto the objective there, but let's see. We got one Overlord. It's hard to really know. A Retribution and 2 Overlords he can afford, but 600 points for an Emperor, I don't know how the points line up. On the plus side, I do not have to worry about, Novacans as much. Maybe a single Novacan, but that's easily manageable. Okay, and we just see our Novacans, so this is a bit of a mixed up fleet. A little bit. And also I gotta remember my reload, but let's get these ships together. I don't know why the Gladys is with you, I don't want that. And try and get some damage in. Oh, I'm forgetting my damn boosters too. I do have boosters, let's use them. This is a whole new world for me, quite frankly. In fact, they can help deal with those torpedoes relatively well as a bonus. Thankfully, the melted torpedo, whatever torpedo that was, didn't actually do a whole lot, thankfully. I do lack I do have extended sensors, so that's fine. I just don't have the auger probe to kind of detect them. Not that, again, I even really need it. I just gotta get through those fighters is the only problem. Which I can't do, and once these things are revealed, it encourages him to use bombers rather than refresh his fighters. Oh, that's gonna suck. That was a full-on damage, you lucky bastard. I could have took 100 point damage, but the double damage, that sucked. Oh well, he's revealed me. He's launching bombers. So I do have extended sensors. Let's get this going. Because I got his attention now, I just gotta reveal him. And of course this is my level 7, the one that doesn't actually have the extended sensors just yet. So let's just defend. Let's start launching our own Thunderhawks to deal with these. And have my Mark II start hitting. Ideally hitting the shields there with the macro cannons, so that's going to be tricky. And I do have stasis bombs, so... Do I silent run is the big question now. He is shield transferring. He is going to boost on out, so that works well for me. Just gotta make sure I'm ready to punish that really damn hard. And I might as well lock on to maximize the damage for these macro cannons. So, boring torpedoes are underway. I got 75 armor, I shouldn't have to worry about these so much. And I'd like to just kill the engines. Because this Mark II is in a bit of an awkward spot. A little bit. And what component got damaged? Oh, it was broadside cannons that aren't even facing him. So I think I'm okay there. He is boosting for the objective, just keep hitting this. I almost want to reload. Take advantage of that reload some. And it's super... Okay, your shields are gone. Now, while he boosts this forward, let's board and hit this thing. Because I'm going to hit this thing hard. I don't have any armor-piercing rounds, but he is going to micro-warp jump in there. So let's punish the rest of his fleet, shall we? It's like I said, it's not like I could have done a whole lot to stop that, but I can really punish the hell out of him, regardless. So engines are gone. Focus the generators. So... Sadly that hurt there. But we got some fire results. He can't do much. Repairs will be back up shortly. Now, just keep hitting this thing. As I forget about my poor Gladius, which is a bit of a vulnerable target now. But these fire results are good. This thing's gonna burn heavily. Now, can I fire more boring torpedoes? Start hitting this thing hard. Hopefully my boring torpedoes don't hit my Battlebarge, that'd be kind of nice. And just keep weakening this thing down. Sure, his shields are recharging, but he's got a lot to worry about right now. And he just spent his micro-warp jump, so he's not going to get much out of this. Now, let's kill the Dominator. That's like the biggest threat as far as my Vanguards are concerned. And hopefully if possible... Well, there's not many bombers left, so I think I'm in good shape. Just kill this thing off. Kill it off. Don't show no mercy. He will show none for me. As he boosts his super aggressively there. So slow him down. Just gotta be mindful of that Emperor. And prioritize its generator so he can't hopefully do that micro-warp jump shenanigans again. Now, the one benefit, as I mentioned before, is with this constant engagement, he did not have the opportunities to launch his fighters or refresh his fighters. So these boring torpedoes are a lot more effective now, and Thunderhawks to shoot down his should be really damn potent. So he let that go. I don't know if that was intentional or not. What his mindset is exactly, but let's get the reload going. Get repairs underway and start hitting this thing. It has 50 armor all around, so my macro batteries is probably my greatest weapon here. I just need to kill the generator so he can't just micro-warp jump to the next objective easily. Hold fire. Hold fire on that thing. For once we're actually going to use hold fire effectively. And wait for him. Okay, there. Now it's gone. Okay, a bit of a latency there, or I double-clicked. I'm not sure which, but that's good enough. Maybe I didn't use my own supercharged void shield effectively enough, but he has no fighters. He has no defense. He has no escort ship, so this thing is pretty vulnerable. Oh, he's actually going for the station there, so this will be interesting. Get ready to repair immediately. I did repair, thankfully. I did get the repairs off. Wait, oh, I should have waited a little bit for those fighters, but I think the torpedoes are still going to be unhindered. And sadly, didn't get the generator hit. Did I kill a generator? No. Oh, I think he repaired the generators because it stopped prioritizing, so I think that's what happened there. Now, we just keep harassing this thing as much as we can. Gotta be mindful not to get too carried away with my Thunderhawks, because I still would like them to help with shooting down the fighters. That is going to be pretty important with how close proximity I am. Just kill the generators and he might get lucky, but I have enough firepower, and there's what I was referring to. Damn it! I just missed, just barely, that boarding attempt. Oh well, let's finish him off. Lock on with everything. He just needs one more objective, so this could still go his way. I would have liked extra boarding though. I'm just worried about getting too close that bombers randomly appear because I forgot about them. That's my only real fear at the moment. But with the Novacans gone, this works well for me. And with his lack of point defense and the proximity of these torpedoes, this is going to hurt. Now, one more time. As I ram myself, let's finish this off, shall we? Oh, he's warping out. He might still warp out. Nope, not happened. Sorry, fella. Aww. I didn't even notice to warp out until after the torpedoes. Oh well. Hey, it's like I said, would he really have let me warped out? I'm sure deep down his soul he probably wouldn't have, because who on earth? I don't even think I remember anyone who let me warp out anyway. So I have to assume they're all out for blood. But that was interesting. He went kamikaze, mind you, so can't really say it was a proper match. But once the Novacan was down, my Vanguards actually started to get their health back up. I think the one that was brought down to 100 managed to get itself fully repaired by the end of that match. It was just a lot slower than it needed to be because, again, only damage these things can do are Thunderhawks with boarding and the torpedoes. Macro cannons don't do a whole lot there. And I had a really awkward time trying to board the damn thing too without leaving myself vulnerable to his macro batteries and of course the bombers. If I was to suffer an inconvenient timing there where they were going to come out. But this completes the upgrade cycle a little bit. All my extended sensors are available. Didn't really get the best test, I think, of the emission dissipator. Hard to really say. But there is potential for it, at least for the harassment end of it. And also, my Battlebarge got its 2 upgrade slots, so this just begs the question. Accuracy fall off for the long range macro cans. I don't think I want to extend its range because I think it would require the target matrix first. And I also need the belt armor, don't I? And I would like to improve its maneuverability some, so that way it makes it a little more convenient to prioritize what weapons I want shooting at them. If I have to deal with shields, the macro cans can help take those down. If I want to deal with high armor, like prow armor, then I kind of want to turn my prow to him for the lances. Is that the best upgrade though? Because armor piercing rounds could be useful because they like to get super aggressive. But I think again that's like a later upgrade. So I'll go with the maneuverability, and at least it'll help with it dodging torpedoes a little bit better at extreme range. So that's at least a plus.